All right, man. Got any fun stories or topics for
I,
the YouTube?
Not really, dude. Like I watched a couple animes for our sister show, and then I read a fuck ton of comics, and then I've worked and tried to get stuff ready to buy a house. So
Hey.
that's a thing. But I also was like my pubes on my face. I was like, I'm just gonna shave all of these off and just keep the stash because I think it's hilarious. And like no one noticed that I just had like the pencil boy mustache,
Yeah.
or they just were
Hey.
like, I don't want to look at him. That's
No,
creeps me out.
what it is they're so used to seeing Mike's, which is like such a profound dad stash that anything else just wanes in
Well, I mean,
comparison.
I work with my dad, and I don't think my dad and Mike hang out. I mean, they might be a part of like the secret brotherhood of dads. I don't know, but I don't think they hang out that much. So,
Right. Um, but yeah, I mean, obviously I've said it off air, but congrats on the house.
thank you, man.
Pretty
When
exciting.
whenever I get all moved in, you'll have to come up and we'll record a live podcast naked.
Ooh, Two Worlds Pod After Hours.
Yeah, that one will be on our OnlyFans.
Gosh, can you imagine? Can you imagine an OnlyFans for us? That would be so bad.
I mean, hey, if you
And
guys,
hot.
yeah, if you guys let us know down below if you're willing to pay what's a good price for us. The two of us, 15.99 a month. But like if you sign up for 3 months, it's like $50 a month or something. I don't know.
I mean, sounds like you know.
Like just if you're willing to sign up, if you're willing to like sign up for a year for $2,000, you'll get whatever you can dream of.
Look, just fund our C2E2 trips.
Yeah.
Maybe another one, maybe like New York or San Diego.
I was actually looking, but like when they actually take place, I'm busy, so it's like the now times. But I was like, ASIN's coming up, or like one of the anime conventions. Like we have an anime podcast. I ought to just send them a message, see if I can get free tickets. But I was like, I can't because it's coming up and I'm gonna be working. So if Jake wants to go by himself,
And he doesn't. He does not.
dude, just think about how bad that would smell.
Oh, I know. I would 100% mask up the entire time just to keep the smell out. Um, but anyway, shall we do a Mad Lib?
Let's do it, man.
Yeah, this one's called Supersonic. I need a first name.
Let's say Matt.
An adjective,
Smelly.
a noun.
Come.
Mm, nah, like add to it or do something else.
Like a just a big bucket of cum that's been filled up, like you've been filling up for the past week.
I'll do cum bucket.
I want the whole thing in there. Because like
Dude, but
that bucket that you keep in your room that you just jack off into, and then like at the end of the week, you're like, oh, it's full. I better go dump it.
nope, that's just you.
Oh, really? Let us know down below if that's just me.
A place.
Um, I gonna say the Pacific Ocean.
Um, a type of food.
Uh, Pizza.
Pizza, pizza. I love that video. Adjective.
Quickly. That's an adverb.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go with bloody.
Oh, oh, goodness gracious. That's gonna be interesting. Person.
Okay, she's on my mind now after the pizza, but Mary Kate
Okay,
Olsen.
all
I
right.
almost said Mary Kate Ashley Olsen.
Part of the part of the body.
Big old schlong.
Yeah, there it is. Gosh, this one's gonna be a doozy. An adverb that's not quickly.
Oh, okay. Slowly. Boom.
You were the worst. A verb.
Fucking.
Dude, this one's gonna be a riot. Oh boy, a number. I'll just go ahead.
Oh, okay.
69. A noun.
Like a monster truck.
Jeez. Color.
Camouflage.
Noun.
Uh, Tequila.
Celebrity.
Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, okay. You were quick on that one.
Yeah. Well, because here's my thought process. Monster truck, the most famous monster truck is Bigfoot. Quentin Tarantino loves feet.
Okay. I respect the process. I'm creeped out, but I respect it.
Why are you creeped out? That's common knowledge.
I know. Doesn't make it less weird. A
Okay.
verb ending in ing.
That should have been fucking, but it's not going to be now. It's going to be whacking it. Just whacking, I guess, since we can't.
Yeah. Noun.
Um, Breast milk.
Okay. A plural article of clothing.
Socks. Tarantino.
All right.
I saw this meme going around where it's like, always remember, Quentin Tarantino had made like he wrote in a movie that Selma Hayek would have tequila dripping down her leg onto her foot, and then a guy would lick the tequila off her foot. It's like, and he cast himself as the person that got to do that.
Hey, good for him, I guess. Salma could have said no. She could have said get a body double.
Yeah, true.
All right, here we go. Supersonic. Hello there. Sonic the Hedgehog here. Just thinking about my triumph over Dr. Matt Robotnik. I wonder what that smelly, mustachioed cum bucket is up to right now. Hopefully, he'll be stuck on the mushroom planet forever, so the Pacific Ocean will always be a safe place for my friends, Tom, aka Pizza Lord, and his bloody wife, Mary Kate Olsen. Oh gosh. I think the Bucks just lost. Yep, they sure did. That is unfortunate. That's not part of the Mad Lib.
It sucks that you put $2 million on that game too.
I know, it really does.
Brielle's gonna be so mad.
All right. To be honest, though, ever since I kicked Robotnik's big ol' schlong through that portal, I've been slowly bored. After all, my motto is gotta fuck fast.
That's mine too.
Right now, the only part of me that's racing are my thoughts. I would much rather be zipping down the side of a 69-story monster truck scraper or breaking the record for the fastest ascent of the famous camouflage Tequila Mountain.
That
I
sounds
like
fun. I don't even drink, but I'm like, well, I'd be down.
I like to think of myself as the Quentin Tarantino of speed whacking. What a title. So what am I waiting for? Time to lay time to... I'm sorry. Time to lace up my breast milk sneakers. Hold on to your socks, friends. Adventure awaits. Holy shit.
I just love just think like the sneakerheads out there like, oh dude, you got the breast milk ones.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, that was super fun.
Yeah,
We ready for the regular stuff?
I think so, man.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Two Worlds podcast. I'm Jake, and with me, as always, is the Giannis Antetokounmpo to my Milwaukee Bucks. It's Casey. What's up, buddy?
Not much, man. So, are you calling me Giannis because I just had some phlegm in my throat and I sounded like I was choking?
two
Boom.
two out of 10 hurts a little bit.
Sorry, bud.
But no, it originally I was gonna say because this podcast is dead without you, but
Oh,
you see what happens.
dead with me too. How's your day been, man?
Not bad. Jimmy Butler, fun fact, had 56 points this game.
Damn.
Yep.
He's built different.
And they had, at least at the end, I didn't get to see the first half. They had Chris Middleton on him and not Drew. Don't know why. Maybe Drew was on him in the first half and they switched it up.
Yeah.
Put your best defender on the guy that's scoring 56 points, maybe. I don't
I
know.
mean, I'm going to say this. It should be Giannis on him. Giannis was a, defensive player of the year.
And honestly, should be in the talks for it again this year.
The only knock against him getting it, and I know this is not a basketball podcast and no one here, probably listens, wants to hear us talk about basketball. The only knock against him is like, oh, he's got Brooke, who is also up for it. Then like Drew Holiday is also an outstanding defender, and it's always overlooked for that award. So it's like, that's the knock on all three of them. I think any of those three could be nominated, but
Yep.
it's just like, oh yeah, you're gonna get votes taken away from you for these other great defenders on your team.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, enough about basketball. Before I forget, it came out yesterday, but the next D&D episode of the Testing Room podcast is out now. So if anybody wants to hear me be a dungeon master for the three amigos over there, be sure to check them out. It was a really fun episode.
Now, when did that one come out? Sorry, what?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Cool, because I listened. You had told me you recorded the one prior, and then I hadn't got to. Like, I was like, I never knew when it came out, and then I was like, wonder if it finally did. And I checked the other day when I was in the tractor. I was like, oh, sweet. So I got to listen to that. It's like I'm ready for this one.
Nice. It'll all be fresh in your mind.
Yeah.
This one was pretty funny because Alex Alex drank like a whole bottle of wine. So he
That's gonna be
was
good.
yeah, he was feeling pretty goofy by the end of it, and it made for some funny moments. So it
That's
was
gonna be
cool.
like quite the tone shift from the last one, where Preston was very upset because he was having to wake up at the bright early time of what, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. I always ruffle his feathers for for being early, even though we're
Yeah.
not. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there before I forgot. All All right, but anyway, before we get into the news, time to talk March Madness winners. So the semifinals happened, and I believe, Casey, that between capes and cowls, cowls won.
After a tiebreaker, though, it was a close one.
It was. And then between domino masks and belts, domino masks won.
Yep.
So
All
people,
because of the old tweeter.
yeah, people really like their face coverings. So we'll see
Yeah.
what wins between cowls and domino masks. Any predictions?
I'm going Cowls. But
Yeah.
I've been scorned by domino masks throughout this whole damn thing. So they might end up taking. They might be the Cinderella story of this.
Yep, they might be. We'll see. We'll see next week.
What about you, man? Who you got? Who do you think Timmy Shares got since he's been actively voting in these for us?
And I bet Timmy Shares voted for both. So it's like, who's Timmy Shares gonna vote for?
Yeah. I bet I'm
I'm gonna go Cowles probably.
yeah. I'm thinking Timmy Shares is gonna go Domino Mask.
He might. He
Yeah.
might. Time will tell. But anyway, on to the news where Casey didn't have too much this week.
No, I had nothing, mostly because, trying to buy a house and then working and then reading and watching animus. So just was like, I'll let Jake be newsboy this week.
And there really wasn't much for me
There
either,
really wasn't.
but I got some, so we'll get into it. I'll try to go in order of excitement. So Twilight, the Twilight books, is getting a TV adaptation. It's in early development. There's like nobody really tied to it or anything. I don't know. I guess the Harry Potter news dropped and they were like, what other series isn't that old should we totally reboot from scratch on television? I don't know. I don't know that it needs it. Don't know that it needs it.
Harry
I
Potter didn't either.
I agree. I
So, I
totally
mean,
agree. Um I don't know. I'm not shy about the fact that I have read the Twilight series. Never been afraid to admit that. The movies were something, you know. They're known for some pretty bad acting. But I did enjoy the books, so will I watch it? Absolutely. If it happens. I'm still not totally convinced that it's actually gonna happen. But what about you, Casey? This one you're gonna check out?
I mean, no, but like, was there a lot left from the books that weren't in the movies that you're gonna like that as a fan of the books, you're like, oh man, if they keep in the Wolf War of 96, I'm gonna be so pumped.
No, I mean not to the degree of Harry Potter.
I gotcha.
Um, See the thing about about the second book is that literally three-fourths of it is just Bella being super depressed and just crying. And it's like they they did a pretty good job of not making the entire second movie that way. So I'm curious what the show will do with something like that. Again, it's just one of those things where it's like I don't think anyone needs this.
Yeah. But maybe they'll cast someone that can actually act unlike Kristen Stewart. I don't get her appeal at all.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe she's gotten good now. But boy, when she was in that, she was just like a wet piece of cardboard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I know she's done like a shit ton of indie movies that people like, but that's not really my thing too
Yeah.
much. Um, and I don't even think this counts as indie movies, but I think like the furthest that I go is maybe Wes Anderson films. And it's like at this point, they're too big to be considered indie films.
Yeah.
So
There's some indie films that I really like, but for the most part, it's like how indie can it be whenever you've got Kristen Stewart in it, though, really.
no, I agree. So
It's
we
like
were
whenever they try to say 500 Days of Summer is an indie movie, it's like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Zoe Deschanel, come on, you're not
yeah,
indie.
yeah, I agree. They wanted to be. They wanted it to
Oh
be.
yeah,
But Wes Anderson actually came up when we were recording the D&D episode over the weekend, and Christian wasn't familiar offhand with Wes Anderson, and he goes, "Is that the guy that did the Resident Evil movies?" I'm just thinking, can you imagine Resident Evil by Wes Anderson? Like, I would watch the fuck out of
Dude, same here. Like,
that.
that would be hilarious.
I
Like,
agree.
it could turn out one of two ways though, because like, so he does this overly quirky style, or he'll be like, oh yeah, this is a very faithful adaptation, but it's all like animated weird, like Fantastic Mr. Fox, where it's like,
Right.
yeah, this isn't really that much of a Wes Anderson movie, except for the fact that he decided to animate it this way for some unknown reason.
Yeah. I love that movie, by the way.
Dude, it's good. It's a good one.
Yeah. I'm just thinking like the people he usually casts would be in it. So
Yeah,
like Defoe, Clooney. It would just be the weirdest
Bill
Resident
Murray.
Evil guy. Yeah, Bill Murray.
Oh, and then you'd have to have the at least one Wilson brother in it.
Yeah, I'm hoping both, honestly.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it's like
I think that would
it's
be
like, oh, I
amazing.
just I just shot that guy, but he's coming back up. Oh wow.
Oh wow. All right, moving on. Um, couple bits of comic news. We're getting a Magneto series in August. There was no creative team attached to it whenever I saw the news. It's just that the Marvel solicits came out and they said that Magneto was coming.
So
So
gross. But was that the one? Like, I think that might be the one that they announced, like Todd Knock announced something about, where it's like one of those ones where it's like takes place like, oh, this takes place before, or like when, like he was trying to be the leader of the New Mutants, I think.
okay.
So like Todd Knox doing the art, and I'm blanking on. I'm gonna try to find it on Todd's thing because he posted about it.
I mean, is
But
it
it's like Todd.
Claremont?
I don't think so, but
Okay.
I think it might be JM.
Ah, okay. I mean, that's a solid creative team. I'm not like a big enough Magneto fan to be like, yeah, I'm gonna check that out. But what about
Yeah.
you?
No, I'm not a big enough Magneto boy either. But this is a 4 issue mini, is what he was talking about. So is that this one
Yeah,
too?
probably. Mhm.
Okay. So then yeah, it's gonna be Todd and JM. Uh yeah, I mean that's solid, but for me to want to pick up one of these books that are like, oh, it's not in continuity really. It happened way before, there's no stakes. I have to like love the characters. And that's the only reason why I'm picking up the Hulk ones, because I just love Hulk.
Yeah.
Magneto, I don't care enough about. If it was like this team current stuff, I'm like, maybe I check it out for Todd, but
Well, I
not
mean, that
past
was
book.
the only reason I asked. I was like, well, if he's gonna pick it up, it's gonna be for Todd.
Yeah. Because I like JM. I think he's fine, but he's not someone that I'm like, I have to get this book.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then the other uh, Marvel solicit that stood out, we're getting a What If Dark. Just a series of one shots like they did with the last What If series, and it will at least be for Venom, Spider-Man, and Thor. I'm not sure. I think Thor is being done by Walt Simonson, so I'm absolutely going to read that. And I think it's What If Loki got Mjolnir instead of Thor. Spider-Man is what if Spider-Man had died saving Gwen Stacy and Gwen lived. So I think it's like a Spider-Gwen type thing. And then the Venom one, I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, but what ifs can be fun. So if you guys are into that, and I can tell you that the Thor one will be worth it for sure. Um, all right. I was shocked until hearing about Casey's week that I beat him to this, but we got the Godzilla Kong and New Empire teaser. So what did you think of that? And are you excited?
I mean, it was just a teaser, like
Yeah,
nothing.
but come on, it's Godzilla.
Yeah, but it was like, ooh, a monkey sitting on a throne. Is this monkey King Kong? No. It's like, oh, Godzilla last movie just spent the whole movie slapping around Kong. He has spanked that monkey the whole time, and then now this time it's like there's a new monkey in town. Try spanking this one, Godzilla. And it's like
But it'll be a
Godzilla.
team up, won't it?
Yeah, it's like Godzilla and Kong taking on this new monkey. Uh-oh. They're
It
in
would
for it this time.
have to be a pretty tough monkey, I would think.
Yeah, it's like, oh, remember that time Godzilla, defeated this three-headed dragon that could control the weather? It's like, yeah. Well, he's in for it this time though. This monkey, he's got long arms.
Okay, but is that fair to say? Because I'm sure that Godzilla in the older movies went from fighting Ghidorah to Ebra or whatever.
Okay, but here's the thing with the Ebra fight. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
I have not.
Okay, it's one of my it's lower on my list, but it's still fun. But that Ebra fight, it's not much of a fight. It's more of a lobster boil.
Okay, but you get my gist though. Like,
Yeah, but the big problem though is there's like first off, there's other things they could have done instead of just being like, another monkey. And then like also trying to make it seem like, oh, this monkey could take down Godzilla and King Kong at the same time.
what if it was Mecha King Kong? Is that a
Even
thing?
that is a thing. It's in King Kong Escapes. It was actually before Mecha Godzilla.
Really? That's
Yes.
fun. I'm gonna look up what he looks like.
That movie, if you're listening to this and you go, I want a fun tokusatsu non-Godzilla movie. That one is a riot. It is such a good time.
Mecha King Kong looks hilarious.
Yeah, he really does. He looks funny. The movie doesn't make hardly any sense, and it's so much fun.
I'm shook. It looks like they punch around a lizard that's definitely not Godzilla.
No, it's Gorosaurus. Yeah, that you would remember from Destroy All Monsters. He
Sure.
knocks, he kicks Ghidorah and knocks him on his back or on his stomach, and then everyone just starts curb stomping on him.
I know, it's so funny, dude.
It really is. It's like you kind of watch that, you're like, "Oof, leave him alone."
Stop, he's
Yeah,
already dead.
yeah. It's like, God, guys, this is pretty mean.
All right. And then the last bit of news, the Marvel Comics app is shutting down. And I read that you could actually lose the digital comics you've purchased if you don't link your account to whatever by a certain time. So, yeah, if you have bought Marvel Comics to their app, be sure to link your account to whatever it is they need you to link it to. Or you will have wasted all that money. And I just want to say, just real quick, Casey, do you know who won't get rid of your comic collection that you've already bought?
No idea.
Your local comic shop. So
Well,
go and support them.
not 100% true because you give me $5 for every time someone isn't a return customer. I go into their house and I burn their comics.
Okay, but you weren't supposed to tell the people that.
Sorry, just know once you go to the old comic headquarters, you stay at comic headquarters.
Yeah, but for real, guys, I understand the appeal of digital comics, but just go buy the book. Just go buy the book. All right. That is it for the news. So now we're gonna get into the comics we read. Casey, what'd you read this week?
Okay, so I actually got in the mail, not from my comic store, this thick old book called Soul War by Titanic Creations.
I saw you tweeting about that this week.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. And then I have Hellcat #2, The Flash 797, Dawn of DC, Superboy, The Man of Tomorrow #1, Batgirls #17, Batman Superman, World's Finest #14, Dawn of DC Superman #3, Hitomi number 5. I wanted to say number Z. She-Hulk 12. What about you, dude?
For me, I read Static, Shadows of Dakota, number 3, Sonic 59,
Oh, 10 away.
The Last Barbarians, number 3, question mark. She-Hulk 12, World's Finest 14, Batgirls 17, Superman 3, Superboy 1, and Hitomi 5.
Right on, dude. You want me to start her up?
Yeah, let's hear about that Soul War.
Okay, so Soul War. This is by Mac McClintock and Patrick McAvoy. And then
Are
Patrick
they
McAvoy.
Scottish?
I have no idea.
McClintock and McAvoy sure sound
Yeah.
Scottish.
And then McAvoy did the art also. And art's pretty solid in this. Like normally with these type of books, you know, you'd get like subpar art. Like honestly, for for like a comic book based off of a toy line.
Right.
But it's pretty solid. The story's pretty cool too. So it takes place World War II times. I only had the Titanicus toy and I didn't have the Nosferatu. So I didn't get his backstory. But basically, he's like this alien that came to Earth and this kid found the egg and the alien's like, hey, I need to stop this thing that's coming here. Let's work together, form this symbiotic relationship. The kid's like, okay. Now here's the kicker. It's Nazi Germany time. The kid's Jewish and they live in Germany.
Okay, wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that.
Yeah. So like the kid goes away. Like I guess the way his story ends in that first one, the kid goes away, comes back to his house. His parents are gone. They've been taken by the Nazis. Let me just say this. I'm going to say it for you. Did not see that coming.
You proud of that?
Nope. But so yeah, then this you have these Nazis getting the old snaky boy, and then also like Nosferatu is just killing these Nazis, eating their souls, gaining sustenance from the Nazi souls. It's pretty awesome. It's like it's fun seeing a kaiju kill Nazis. I'm not gonna lie. And then the other like the other Nazi guy, he's got his Cobra monster. Then the monster that Nosferatu was supposed to stop shows up, and Titanicus is doing some stuff. Titanicus is like it's kind of similar to like in the 2014 Godzilla, where he's like, "Oh, I don't like the Mutos. He doesn't like the Cobra guy." So then, yeah, big old thing, and then we get this big old fight at the end,
Can I
and
just say that
it's a
that
good time.
Nosferatu is a great name?
It really is. I mean, these things are pretty darn cool. I'm not the biggest fan of Nosferatu's design. That's one of the reasons why I never bought the toy. It's kind of, I don't know. It just looks here like it's just not
Oh,
my cup of tea. It's a little too
okay.
busy. But
Kind of demonic.
yeah,
Well, I mean, the name would suggest that too, I guess.
yeah. And then like here's one of the other ones. This is one of the bad boys.
Okay.
He's a griff like something griffin
And
something.
see, and I don't think that has enough going on.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's just that's like one of the weaker parts of some of these designs, but this is still pretty solid. Like if you like these older kaiju movies, because that's kind of some of the stuff that you get from it, it you'd enjoy this. You if you also like it kind of gives me like Indiana Jones vibes too, with like, oh, there's these Nazis that are trying to gain these stuff, like this ultimate power. And yeah, there's some of that in there. And yeah, it's just fun. I enjoyed it a good bit. I would recommend it to anyone that enjoys just kind of silly fun stuff. I'm gonna get the next one that comes out. I'm gonna go 8 out of 10.
Nice. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I need to message them about getting us a affiliate code.
Yeah, for real. All right, first up for me is Static, Shadows of Dakota, number 3. It's written by Nicholas Draper Ivy and Vita Ayala with art by Draper Ivy. And it's pretty cool, man. The bad guy kind of fucks up the Blood Syndicate because he's crazy powerful. I really don't know how he's gonna be stopped. But then we get a lot of background stuff with Quincy, who's the kid that is part of the program that Static helps out with, and we see just him and his parents, which is pretty nice. And then at the end, it's very clear that this guy who totally works at Quincy's school is definitely going to kidnap him pretty soon. So, but it was good, man. Static's always solid for me. I like the creative team. 8.5 out of 10.
Right on, dude. Okay, so next up it's Hellcat #2 by Christopher Cantwell and Alex Linz. I like this book a lot. We get kind of more of the backstory and what could be going on, the big story. We get a little bit Son of Satan action going. I like this book a lot. Patsy's dealing with a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's just it's really enjoyable. Like, I wish Jake was reading it. I think he would like it because I know this type of stuff he likes. I love the art in this book. It's really good. This one wasn't as good as the first issue, though. I will say that the first issue was like, I think I gave it a 10 out of 10. This one, I'm gonna just probably go 9. It, like I said, it's good. It just doesn't live up to the first one.
Right on. All right, Sonic 59. I always get the A, the B, and the 1 and 10 covered for myself because you know me.
You own a comic book shop and you can.
Yep. I wanted to show the B cover because I think it's incredible. It was actually painted.
Dude, that's rad.
Yeah. So this issue was cool because they introduced these like mecha shadows that are powered by like not full chaos energy, but kind of like, I don't know, weirdly harvested, not fully chaos energy. So it's just like, Team Dark as they call it, which is Shadow Rouge and that robot, and then Sonic, Tails, and Amy just fighting off all these mecha shadows, which makes for a pretty cool issue, man.
I bet.
It's just like a classic, 90s Sonic book with all this crazy awesome action. And also it's like very anime. Like check out these two panels here.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
So this was awesome. This was like just an action-packed, very cool book. I like me some Shadow. So yeah, I'm gonna go 9 out of 10. This was above average for Sonic.
Did Shadow have his, vintage gun and motorcycle like he did in that game?
No, they try to distance themselves from that game.
Darn.
Did you ever play it?
No.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
not
like,
good. Not
yeah,
good.
I was like, why does he need a gun and a motorcycle?
Well, the answer is the higher ups at Sega America were probably on cocaine. Let's be
I'd
real.
actually like to play that game.
Yeah. Be a Sega higher up and do coke.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. Okay, so next it's because I like to go fast too. It's the Flash 797 and Jeremy
Not quite as fast as Sonic, but
he's faster. But it's okay, outside the Kin Penders verse, he's faster. He's written by Jeremy Adams with art by Serge Acuna and Tom Derenick. And I like this issue, but it's 100% a filler because this takes place at the time when, like, in between the annual. So, like, when Wally and Linda were going on a date, this is Ace watching over the kids, and then they get kidnapped by these like multiverse villains. So you get like Doctor Nightmare, Reverse Grodd, who's a reverse Flash and Grodd combined, Mineral Man, Foul Play, Heat Wave Junior, and so they all try to take them out. But then guess who shows up to help save the day?
Superman.
Ooh, so close. The Super Sons. So
The
that was
proper Super Sons.
yes.
I saw this panel actually.
Okay. So yeah, they here it is right here.
It just looks so good.
It's just so nice to see them again, you know. But it was a good time. I liked it. Liked this a whole lot, and yeah, it's just a fun book. Like the only real downside is there's one part when like Kid Flash gets nabbed and like why I thought for sure he could vibrate his molecules like every other Flash can, but he's been nabbed. He's got a knife to his throat, and he's just like sitting there like, oh, got me.
Got me.
Yeah,
Got
it's
me
just,
again, Flash.
yeah. So it's like I'm like that's kind of dumb, but didn't really matter. Otherwise, this is a solid issue, but it's kind of pointless because it's like I said, a filler issue. So yeah, I'm gonna go 7.5, almost 8 out of 10.
You think that it's gonna be filler up until the switch? Because I mean, it's like 2 issues.
Probably gonna do some like filler fun stuff, but hard to say.
Yeah. All right, last barbarians. Number 3 again, sick ass cover.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fun. Some of the characters are starting to get fleshed out. I'm not going to go into it too much because I think I'm the only person reading it, but it's good fantasy. The art is good. I like the pace of the book and the info they're giving us each issue. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. If you need a fantasy book, it's a good one to check out.
Right on. I just have our Muchies now, man.
I think I do too.
Okay.
Is there 6?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You pick the order.
Okay, give me 1 sec. I'll try to figure out the best order possible. Okay, let's do Superboy, World's Finest, Hitomi, Batgirls, She-Hulk, Superman.
Batgirls, She-Hulk, Superman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, to start with Superboy, the man of tomorrow. Is he a boy or is he a man? Come on. But Kenny Porter and Janoy Lindsay on the art. What'd you think? Initial thoughts, bud?
I'll be honest. I didn't think it was that bad.
No, I liked it. There's like certain things that I don't like about it, but for the most part, I actually really did like it. But it's like they don't seem to. Here's my gripe because I don't know how much Superboy you read before this.
Not nearly as much as you.
Yeah, because it's like it's weird, and this is like my problem with Superboy now anyway, is he had a lot of character development, which like got rid of a lot of his more fun stuff, made him like because like this is what Jeff Johns was doing with like the Young Justice characters when he brought them over to Teen Titans. He's like, let's strip away all of the fun and make them all brooding. And so he did that with all of them, and then he did a lot of that brooding stuff with John. And then New 52 happened, and he went away. Then they had the new Superboy, but then they got rid of that one too, and then brought this one back. And now this one's like kind of like what would be like in between brood like Selly John that was like fun and cool, and then like broody John. Like it's like a weird thing. So like it's at times, I mean, I like it. Like, don't get me wrong, it's more enjoyable to read than broody John for sure. But it just seems weird, like it's that this is the same character, if that makes any sense.
Sure.
But I liked the fighting. I liked all of it. I thought it was a good
Dude,
time.
the art and the action sequences are great.
Yeah. No, I
My
100%
only
agree.
question is I wish I knew like how old he was supposed to be. Because sometimes he looks very much like a boy, and then others it's like, oh, he's like late teens.
Yeah. So if I remember correctly, and brother Nick, he will know better than me, but I think he's 16. I think that's like the age Superboy's supposed to be. I think later on they kind of made it so that he could age, but like they did that Sins of the Youth, I think is what it was called, or something, where like the superheroes that were older all became young, and the young characters, and he just stayed the same because like with his clone DNA he couldn't age up.
Right.
And so like yeah, I think for the longest time he was just stuck at I think 16.
Okay. Well, I'll probably go another issue. I think that this was definitely good enough to keep reading.
Yeah.
At no point while reading it was I like, hey, I'm bored or I'm not feeling it. So, and yeah, I didn't really know what to expect either. I just kind of went in with an open mind. So it was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a solid first issue. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
And I went 7.5.
Nice.
All right. Next up is World's Finest 14, written by Mark Waid with art by Dan Mora. And boy, Dan Mora drawing Metamorpho is a great time.
I agree, dude. Like the art in this is so good. And also like getting to see all of those android, the android people that are going to be coming up next issue got me excited. I like this book. Like it's really seems like Mark Waid's just like I want to write these guys. And then DC's like, "Who? We haven't thought about these guys in forever." He's like, "Perfect."
The Metal Man?
Yeah.
Also, the part where all the androids were hanging up in chains, genuinely pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Like it's a good tonal shift.
I
And
agree,
then
man.
Metamorpho hang glider was hilarious. So
I
just
also loved how Robin rides on Superman while they're flying.
yeah, I know. It's so goofy.
Yeah, here for the loyal watchers.
Yep. And
It's actually
then
how I sit on Jake at the hotel at C2E2.
it's true. In the middle of the night, I wake up and I'm like, please stop.
It's like, why aren't you wearing pants? I'm like, why would I?
I also want to point out that last page. It just the
Mm-hmm.
design is so cool.
I agree.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. I'm at like a 9.5, I think. Like it's just really fucking good
Yeah,
always.
I'm gonna go 9. Okay, Hitome by H.S. Tak and Isabella Mazzante. And yeah, this is the final issue. Did the final issue live up to what you were hoping for, or were you left kind of wanting more?
I think I think it will if we get more, if that makes sense.
I don't think we're gonna get more.
Exactly. So it's like all of it's really fucking good. And like the part where they hit her with some like hallucinogens and throw her in a maze, super cool. Um, and then really, I think that they sort of get like a nice happy ending, kind of. But I also feel like that was super abrupt for everything that was going down in this last issue.
Yeah,
So I'm a little torn, but what did you think?
I liked it. It wasn't a perfect ending, but it was good. And I mean, I think I'm curious, like with where they could go. What they would be doing now, like if they're gonna be staying warriors or anything like that. But yeah, I liked it. It just, I do agree, it did feel rushed.
And also, another reason I bring up if they do more is because I feel like Hitomi didn't really go through any character development. Because any time that Yusuke was like, hey, don't do that, she did it
Yeah.
always throughout the whole series. But then at the end, she's like, oh, I learned from the best teacher. I'm like, well, did you? Because you didn't fucking listen to him, not one time.
Well, I mean that was more of a jokey way she said it though.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah.
it's just like maybe once listen to the guy that's lived 3 times longer than you at least.
Yeah.
But whatever, it was still a good story.
Yeah. No, I agree. Where you at with that one, man?
I'll say 7 for this issue, but 8 overall.
I'm probably at an 8 because the art in it, we didn't mention it. The art in this is so good.
Mm-hmm.
So like
It
that
is.
bumps it up. The story, it was kind of a letdown, but overall, I'm gonna go 8.5 for the series. I think most people listening to this should read it. It's very good. It's just ending wasn't as good as we had hoped.
Yep. All right, next is Batgirls. It's written by Becky Cloonan and Michael Conrad with art by Robbie Rodriguez. The art was so good in this.
Yep.
So good in this. But I liked all of it. I mean, as always, this is just one of any time that this book is out, it's always one of my favorites of the week. And DC is doing all of us a disservice by canceling it. But what'd
I
you
agree.
think?
No, I liked it a whole lot. Don't think I liked it as much as you, but I did like it a whole lot. I think it was very well done. Interested in seeing who the sniper is. But yeah,
I
no, I mean,
think you heard it here first. I think it's that group from the first issue.
you'll have to remind me. It's been a while.
They're like kind of in mech suits, but there's the big, huge guy,
Aren't
and then the
weren't they all
sniper.
arrested though?
Yeah, but I still think that it's her.
I got you.
It's just like we've got what 1 or 2 issues left.
Yeah,
I feel like they might do a callback.
I got you, man. Yeah, it's good, and I am here for the ride. But yeah, I liked it.
Give
Well,
her a
yeah,
grade.
I'll say 8. Probably just 8. I didn't, like I said, I didn't love it. I liked it a good bit though.
Okay, I think I'm at a 9.
Okay. All right, now it is time for everyone's muscle mommy She-Hulk number 12. And this is by Rainbow Rowell and Andres Ginolette and Joe Kinos on the art. Did I do that? Did the art name right? I really want to bring up a tweet too that I saw that I told you about during C2E2 time. So
Mm-hmm.
people were making fun of Ethan Van Sciver because he tweeted this because he's kind of an idiot. And he tweeted a picture of She-Hulk from Jason Aaron's new of like his Avengers run where she like it was terribly drawn and it was like the worst. And then he tweeted a picture of She-Hulk now in Rainbow's run, and he's like, "This is what happens when social justice warriors get to take over She-Hulk. They make her look like a man when she should look like this." And it's like people are like, the white dude, the straight white dude, was the one that did the one that looks like a man, and Rainbow, the lady who's very LGBTQ friendly, is the one that's doing her now. It's doing her the correct way. Like you need to realize you need to read comics before you start commenting on them, bud.
Did he respond?
No. Like anytime people would bring that up, he'd just block them.
Nice.
But yeah, man, I'm still loving this, though. I will say Jack of Hearts is getting on my nerves a little bit. What do you think of this issue?
I loved it, but mostly for book club. Uh,
Yeah.
that was great. Also, I would read a 5 issue mini from Rainbow all about Patsy
Mm-hmm.
and drawn by the same artist because I don't know. I Patsy's not a character I've ever read, but I just love her anytime she's in this.
Yep. I agree, dude. You should read the Hellcat book right now. Uh,
But I know it won't be like this.
no, it won't. But I also love like all of the, I'm just gonna say, even though I like a lot of these characters, all of the D-listers that were in her office. We get some Puck in the background. We got Rage, which I haven't seen Rage in anything since the New Mutants in the 90s. So that was pretty cool. Um, yeah, I liked it a lot. Interested in seeing what's going on with that one dude that she was fighting with, you know. Like that was the one downside. It's like that the main story felt like it nothing, you know. And then like the backup one is very good. A lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree. I thought the backup was way better, way better. But I think that's what makes this book excel is when there's just not a lot going on and it's just a slice of life.
Yeah.
It's like with manga or anime, dude. Sometimes the slice of life stuff is just what you need. And
Yeah.
when we're reading the amount of comics that you and I read, we need a book like this.
I agree. And I don't know. Like yeah, like I said, I Jack is kind of getting on my nerves because he's just kind of too mopey.
Yep, very, very whiny.
We'll see. Maybe like I have faith in Rainbow that she's gonna make it well, but at the same time, it's also like Rainbow knows how She-Hulk is, and I have a feeling Rainbow's gonna like very much Peter Parker her, where she's like, no, you don't get to be in a happy relationship. Which I'm like, oh, Rainbow, come on.
Yep, yep, I feel that for sure. Um, but man, I liked the second half so much. I'm gonna give this book a 9. Like I really, really liked it.
Dude, that's about where I'm feeling with it too, because the backup it's fun and there's fun stuff in the main story. It's just kind of
Yeah, it's not like it's
rushed.
bad at all, you
Yeah.
know? It's just whatever. All right. And lastly, we've got Superman #3. And it's written by Joshua Williamson, with art by Jamal Campbell, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. This was a delight,
Mm-hmm.
an absolute delight. Art throughout is just fucking outstanding. The Parasite stuff is so fun. And I really like how Williamson writes Lex.
And I love the live wire sighting that
Mm-hmm.
we get because you know
Mm-hmm.
you don't get her much. And
Mm-hmm.
I always had a weird crush on her from the Superman show when I was a kid.
Why not? But yeah, I don't know. I have nothing bad to say about this. I love this book.
Yeah, no, it's actually my pick of the week for me. So it's a 10 out of 10.
There's no reason for it not to be for me as well. So I can't think of one that I liked more than that.
Yeah, like it's Superman fans. Like if you're a Superman fan, you're eating good that right now. Like I mean, don't get me wrong, we were starving for a while with Bendez writing both of the books, but then now it's like they're like, okay, we're gonna give you guys something to eat now, and it's like we're eating good.
We are. I love it. I hope we get to for a long time.
Yeah. What are you excited for this coming week though, man?
I'm gonna say Green Arrow #1. Hopefully, see, I didn't realize that it was just a 6-issue series. I thought it was an ongoing. So hopefully it's a good miniseries. Um, Probably Thor and we'll go Dead Boy Detectives.
Nice. I'll go TMT Last Ronin Lost Years. Friend of the podcast, Kevin Eastman. He wrote it, so like might as well.
Yep.
um,
We'll throw him a bone.
yeah, he needs it. You'll get the Two Worlds bump. Action Comics, and then I will say Daredevil.
Nice.
All right, man. So I'm gonna be moving. So I want you to use your magic comic book shop owner powers and like find me 4 superheroes that could like be really good at helping me move as quick and painless as possible. Or if you want to be mean, be like, nah, I'm gonna give you the Blob and Toad. Like they can still be pretty helpful, but still.
Right. I'm gonna go Thing because normally I'd go Hulk, but I don't know that Hulk would be gentle with things that he needs to be gentle with, and I think Thing would.
Yeah. No, I can see that.
Um, I'll say any Flash
Yeah.
because you did say quick. So, um, but just for the hell of it, I'll say Max Mercury, your favorite speedster.
I mean, I like Max.
I know. I just thought that was like probably last on the list, if I had to guess.
I don't know. I think I like Max more than one of your favorite speedsters, old Jesse Quick. I've
Well,
not read enough with her. That's my
yeah,
thing. I've read more Max than her.
fair enough. Then I'll say trying to think of an ability that would like be the most helpful for moving. I almost want to say like Jake the dog, which technically is a comic book character.
Yeah.
Because he would just transform into like just whatever size trailer that you need, right?
Yeah, the only downside though is he would also do crazy stuff the whole time because he's fun like that.
Yeah. But it would work out in the end.
Yeah.
Or it wouldn't, and they would just end it.
Yeah, true.
And then finally, um, I don't know, Jean Grey. She can move stuff around with her mind. She doesn't have to do any physical heavy lifting.
There we go.
And when you're like actually a little to the left, she could do that no problem.
And then she'll like just start telling people my fetishes too. I'm like, whoa, you don't need to be telling people that.
Did you know he's actually a furry?
I'm like, Gene.
He makes
Like,
fun of
what?
Preston for all the time, but really he's the furry.
It's like I've seen his saved file from DeviantArt. Oh shoot.
What about you?
I mean, I'd say Nightcrawler. Toss him in. He can
I thought
bamf
about saying him.
bamf stuff around for me. Um, Superman, he'll get it done quick, and he's nice enough about it. I mean, I like having Thing there just because I've always wanted to hang out with him since I was a kid, and I had his toy in Batman in the go kart, and I fell off of it and got ran over. I've told you that story, haven't I?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'll say Bruce Wayne, not Batman, Bruce Wayne. I'll be like, hey, Brucey, how about you just hire some people?
Which, by the way, dude, if I know it's a little bit expensive, but hire movers, you'll thank yourself for it.
I mean, I've like here's the thing. I've helped a lot of people move, so I'm calling in favors. I've helped you move before, so come on down.
Ooh, I might be busy that day. I'm just kidding. All right. I believe that's the end of the episode. All right, guys, closing plugs, if you would. Go to facebook.com/2worldspodcast and give the page a like. You can also follow us on Twitter at 2_worlds_PC and on Instagram at 2worldspod. You can email us at 2worldspodcast@gmail.com. And please go to our YouTube channel. We're 2worldspodcast on YouTube and subscribe to the channel. And then one last reminder, don't forget to check out the testing room this week to hear me DM their Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
And then go to their YouTube page and comment down below.
Which, by the way, they are on YouTube.
I know. And just comment down below. Two Worlds Podcast. You know, we like them more than you, but you guys are still nice.
I was so glad that we were able to do YouTube for that because now people can actually see the board and what's happening. So it's good stuff. All right, guys. Well, we'd love to stay in chat, but I don't know. I guess we're just gonna go cry for a bit. Bye,
We
guys.
gotta go choke. Bye.